sector. This is a sector that has been contributing meaningfully to Nigerian economy. And Mr. President, President Muhammadu Buhari attests to this, that the contribution of media sector in Nigeria can never be overemphasized. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I would like to appreciate and invite to the top table these highly revered personalities. Permit me to invite the representative of the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, who is this morning ably represented by our coordinating director. He is actually the director in charge of Science and Technology Promotion at the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. Can we please put our hands together for Mr. Abayomi Ogunchude? Please usher him to the top table, please. He's representing the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu. You're welcome, sir. Joining him on the top table is, when we talk of Niles, we have the #1 citizen of Niles, the numero uno of Niles, the generalissimo of Niles, a man that has dates with destiny. He is a quintessential personality with unforgettable achievements. Can we please welcome to the top table the Director General and Chief Executive Officer, Niles, Mohammed Kabir Yakubu. Can we please put our hands together for him? The Generalissimo of Niles. You're welcome, sir. He is a man whose intellectual sagacity has never been in doubt. Can we please put our hands together for him once again? We can do better than that. Students in the house, please celebrate our prof, the Director General and Chief Executive Officer, Niles, Professor Mohammed Kabir Yakubu. You're welcome, sir. I'd like to invite to the top table Dr. Jerry Tagan. Dr. Jerry is the director with Niles. Can we please put our hands together for Dr. Jerry, please? Let's also welcome to the top table Malam Mikhail S. Abdullahi. Make some noise for him, please. May we also have Malam Usman Adamu, is actually our guest speaker for today's event. Malam Usman Adamu, please come to the top table. Celebrating with a round of applause, please. Let's welcome the Director in charge of Chemical Technology, Federal Ministry of Science and Technology, Mej Basi. Can we make some noise for Mej Basi, please? Mej Basi is in the building. Please take him to the top table. He's a man with appreciable physique. You're welcome, sir. Please, a round of applause for Mej Basi once again. He's a Director, Chemical Technology of Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. I'd like to also welcome to the top table the representative of the Director, FCT Department of Science and Technology. We have in the house Mrs. Bernadette Emayomi. Can we please celebrate her with a round of applause, please, as she moves to the top table? Yeah. Okay. I'd like to welcome to the top table the Supervising Director, who is actually representing the Director, Finance and Admin, Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. Let's welcome to the top table Mr. Fala Shikolawole. Mr. Fala Shikolawole, please, a round of applause for him. I'd like to welcome Chairman of today's session, is a promoter of quality education in Nigeria. Can we please welcome the President and Founder, Horizon International University, Kwali, Abuja. Let's welcome Dr. Prince Ajibade Biodun with a round of applause, please. Dr. Prince Ajibade Biodun, we welcome, sir. Okay. I'd like to appreciate the very presence of Mr. Lawal Segil, is actually the Assistant Director of Human Resources, Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. Please, a round of applause for Mr. Lawal Sagil. I can't see you, sir. Where are you, sir? Okay. May I also recognize the very presence of the coordinating director of this program, Mr. Andrew Igili. Can we please appreciate Mr. Andrew Igili with a round of applause, please? I'd like to welcome our students who are members of leather clubs in their various schools. I can see representative students from Government Day Secondary School, Governor. Can we please put our hands together for them? They are members of leather club. I can see from Model Secondary School, Maitama, representative. They are also members of leather club. Can we please appreciate them with a round of applause? Students from other schools, Government Science and Technical College, Area 3 Garki, they are here too. You're all welcome. I'd like to welcome the media, because the media is seen and is believed to be the vanguard of the society, the mirror with which the society sees. Let's appreciate the media. I can see African Technology, Science and Technology Digest is in the house. Mr. Boniface, you're welcome, sir. I'd like to welcome Friends of Niles. Please, a round of applause for all our friends. Friends of Niles, you're all welcome. My name is Mohammed Ibn Sahib. I shall be the anchorman for Leather Day celebration. Please, a round of applause for all of us, please. Having recognized the very presence of our highly revered personalities who have decided to invest their precious time on this Leather Day, a day that has been packaged and powered by Niles, it is expected that we move to the opening remarks. Excuse me. At this juncture, I would like to invite to the microphone the chairman of today's session, a man who is believed and seen to be the promoter of quality education in Nigeria, the president and founder, Rising International University, Kwali Abuja. Let's welcome to the microphone Dr. Prince Ajibade Biodun for his opening remarks. Sir, please, a round of applause for him, please. The Honorable Minister, ably represented by Director of Science, Technology and Promotion, Director General, Nigerian Institute of Leather Science Technology, Director Chemical Technology, and members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to this Niles Day, Leather Day, to change the face of history in the leather sector of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Let me first rush through a brief that will be a take-home for you all today as I proceed to tell you that today's world is not divided by ideology, but divided by technology. This has bridged the gap between the developed and the underdeveloped. And who undertake the task? Our agency, the Nigerian Institute of Leather Science Technology, is charged with one of this responsibility.
to bridge the gap between the developed and the underdeveloped in the area of leather science technology. I'm going to ask everybody this brief question as the chairman of this occasion briefly, by making you to understand that there are certain things that we need to bring to our memory. Do you know that the leather industry can provide jobs for over 60 million Nigerians? How many of you is convinced of this? That the leather sector can produce and provide jobs for over 60 million Nigerians. If you are convinced, you can kindly raise up your hand. I believe everybody will do. Who is convinced that leather sector can provide jobs for over 60 million Nigerians? You see, we need to go back to the drawing board. But I will shed light on it until a day when I make a presentation on that. The critical role of leather sector in the implementation of the economic sustainability plan of Nigeria. Citizens of Nigeria, trust me when I tell you that it's great time to live. Are you surprised when we speak in manner of this nature? Certainly you are. Due to economic frustration, we are seeing, as we can see, our great nation struggling to recover from a self-induced recession. Why? Because we left what's supposed to be done undone. Most of our research results are lying down on the shelf. We don't believe on our own. That is why I send the question, the signal to everybody in this hall, that do you believe that the leather sector can provide jobs for over 60 million Nigeria? And about roughly almost 50% in this room couldn't raise up their hand. Very well. They have to nod their heads because but the level must change. Employment prospect and declining real incomes. Our greater resource and nation youth are being deprived of meaningful academics and vocational training, and their potential creativity, ambitions and visions are being wasted. Why is it like that? And we have what could create jobs for over 60 million of us here in Nigeria. We need to go back to the drawing board. We need to go back to the drawing board. But still here, a great time to be alive. We have the opportunity to make a better future, to give our youth what they truly deserve. The leather industry must occupy a place of prominence in Nigeria. Economically and in view of massive inflow of potential in the leather sector. These are all that we need to realize. We need to realize this. Therefore, development and aim of optimum performance can only come when we embrace our indigenous production. The post-liberalization era has generated significant opportunities for Nigerian leather industry to thrive, with global players looking new area to invest. There's nobody in the diaspora you are going to bring down to Nigeria and then you don't have a particular place where you're going to invest. But as I'm talking to you now, we must go back to the drawing board, as I've earlier said. Technology and innovation is a determinant for the future of leather industry in Nigeria. Before discovery of the oil, hide and skin ranked the 5th on the list of export products that earn Nigeria a foreign exchange and revenue before the advent of mechanized processing leather in Nigeria. Why have we suddenly forgotten all this? Therefore, the Nigerian Institute of Leather Science Technology has taken it upon themselves through the direction of the leather policy implementation, and the policy must come and it must live to transform every sector of the leather in Nigeria. And for me to round up, so what is our challenge as a nation? What is our problem? What is our problem? We have everything to make our life comfortable here. What is our problem? As a nation, we are not capitalizing on what? Our great wealth. That is, our people, our youth. We do need not to produce graduates with paper qualifications and skill sets that cannot be translated into economic value. We don't. We don't. It is time for practical technology. And this is it here. Practical technology research results. Are you seeing it? Madness means reality to solve economic problem, creating the atmosphere for transformation of the entire nation GDP. That is what Madness is. As I round up, we need to give our youth an environment in which to flourish and grow. That is my last statement. Our youth, our elites in secondary school, in primary school, in the monotechnics, in the university, we need to give them a direction. It is time to face reality. It is time for us to move into our archives and restore the lost glory economically to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless Ninest.
God bless Linus. Prayer coming from the founder and president Horizon International University, Kwali, here in the Federal Capital Territory, Dr. Prince Abiodun. Can we please jam our hands together for him, please? We can do better than that for him, please. He is the chairman of today's session. When he was making his presentation, some personalities also joined us. And history will never forgive me if I don't appreciate the very presence of these personalities. I'd like to appreciate and welcome to the building the representative of the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Adamu. This morning is ably represented by Mr. Ike Olu Oshinaike. Can we please welcome Mr. Olu Oshinaike to the top table, sir? Please come to the top table. We are representing the Honorable Minister of Education. You're welcome, sir. I'd like to appreciate and also welcome to the building Malam Abdel Nasir. Abdel Nasir is actually representing the Director General, Energy Commission of Nigeria. Can we please put our hands together for him? Where is he? You're welcome, sir. Please come to the front row, sir, please. May I also appreciate the presence of Mr. Tunde Balogun from Tourism. Mr. Tunde Balogun is in the building. Please, a round of applause for him. UNIDO is being represented here by Dr. Mustafa, a friend of the house, Niles. Can we please welcome Dr. Mustafa? You're welcome, sir. I'd like to welcome Ms. Rebecca Aguay. She's a creative director. Where is she? Rebecca Aguay, you're welcome. I couldn't get the name of your organization very well, but I learned you're a creative director. Please, a round of applause for her. From FCT Department of Science and Technology, the department actually came with a team of reputable management staff. At this juncture, I would like to appreciate the very presence of Hajia Ramatu AA. Please stand up for recognition, ma'am. Hajia Ramatu AA is actually a seasoned Deputy Director of Education. She's a two-time commissioner in Nasarawa State. Please, can we please welcome her with a round of applause, please? Hajia, please come to the front row. Come and take your seat here. Please, a round of applause for her. Two-time commissioner in Nasarawa State, Deputy Director of Education, FCT Department of Science and Technology. You're welcome, ma'am. I'd like to appreciate the very presence of Mr. John Olowoni. Please, can we welcome Mr. John Olowoni with a round of applause, please? He is also a Deputy Director in charge of FCT Incubation Center in Cairo. Mr. John Oloni, you're welcome, sir. I'd like to welcome Mr. Madraki. Mr. Madraki is also a Deputy Director of Education. Can we please welcome him with a round of applause from FCT Department of Science and Technology. Can we welcome my brother, Malam Mohammed Jia, from FCT Department of Science and Technology, a reputable Assistant Director. Please a round of applause for him. I saw Mr. Akanya, who is actually, okay, he's a Deputy Director in charge of Planning, Research and ICT at the FCT Department of Science and Technology. We welcome I'd like to appreciate firmly the presence of the following schools who are members of Leather Club in the Federal Capital Territory. Let's welcome students from Government Secondary School, Kubwa. Kubwa, are you there? Please stand up for recognition, please. We welcome their members of Leather Club. From Government Science Secondary School near Piakasa Mitama, let's welcome the members of Leather Club. Please stand up for recognition. Please a round of applause for them. We have members of Leather Club, Government Science and Technical College, Area 3, Gariki. Please a round of applause for them. Where are they? Let's appreciate members of Leather Club from Government Girls Secondary School, Abaji. Abaji girls, where are you? Please a round of applause for them. The leather industry is an industry that Mr. President, President Muhammad Buhari is so proud of. Please a round of applause for Mr. President, please. Let's appreciate him. Please, where is Mr. Gini? Welcoming students from Government Days Secondary School, Gogolova, you're welcome. Okay. For the welcome remarks to be presented by the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Science and Technology, I'm going to invite the Director in charge of Chemical Technology, Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. Please, let's put our hands together for Mesh Bessie.
Thank you very much. The representative of the Minister of Science and Technology, the Bible Director General and Chief Executive of NILEST, representative of Ministry of Education and FCT, and other MDS here present, the directors of NILEST, our wonderful guests and colleagues, students, nice to see you here today, the press, and all our guests to this wonderful for 2011. My name is M.E.J. Bassi, not Med. I head the Chemical Technology Department, and I'll just give a brief note of welcome on behalf of Mr. Sunday TECHNO, the Permanent Secretary of Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. You want to recall that in 1964, very large treasure you have seen today started like a unit where we had to call FAO to come support the initiatives of trying to create some innovations out of height skin, which was a major product for Nigeria's IGR in those days. That demonstration center of heights and skin is now truly matured, and the demonstration is no longer vague. It's now visible for all to see. And we know that more expositions will be made after this notification here by our wonderful Director General and Professor Yakubu. May we just give him a round of applause for this particular day bringing us here. It is more like what the chairman is saying, that this is more of you seeing realistic and tangible items. It's not vague. We can see heights, we can see skin products, we can see them all come out in form of very fashionable leather. My auntie here is wearing one very sophisticated leather and this. And that's what we will continue to promote for Nigeria. And will continue to be the envy of the world. I believe after this expo, all these things will go to Brazil. Nobody will want made in Brazil again. We will all want made in where? I thought you wanted to say made in Nihilist. Let's put our hands together for Nihilist. Let's also put our hands for the founding development partner. I can hear UNIDO here and others. We appreciate you. But recall that FAO was one of the founding partners for this very, very solid initiative. The more you put your hands for them, the more the support will come. More other support will come. So let's also appreciate FAO and other development partners. May we also appreciate all the schools that have come here to continue this demonstration through training and other initiatives. We want to congratulate you, children. Can we also congratulate them again? So the Permanent Secretary would like to finally welcome you most graciously to this exposition conference to expose anything and anything at all that we want to talk about leather and its allied products. The floor will be open for input from everybody that uses leather in one form or the other. I'd like to continue to pray for our Director General and his staff to continue to have the zeal that we have seen today for continued progress. Because one thing about our country today is sustainability. I believe that this effort is not going to be in vain, and it's going to be sustainable and highly successful in the days to come. And when you want to go back at the end of this conference, we bid you farewell. Thank you for coming, and thank you for participating. God bless you.
Can we please repeat that again? A round of applause for Meg Bassi. We can do better than that. Please appreciate him. He's the Director, Chemical Technology, Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. Thank you very much, sir. When he was making his presentation on behalf of the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Science and Technology, some personalities also join us, and it is pertinent for us to appreciate their very presence. I'd like to welcome to the building Mrs. Achulam, TF. She's the Deputy Director with Federal Ministry of Trade, Industry and Investment. Can we please appreciate her with a round of applause, please? We welcome Madam. I'd like to welcome our own Director, Finance and Account, Minus, Mr. Bashir Abdullahi. Can we please appreciate Mr. Bashir Abdullahi? He is actually in charge of the money in Minus. I'd like to welcome a professor all the way from University of Agriculture, Umuduke. Let's please welcome formally into the building Professor Maduke Ezende. Please a round of applause for him. Prof, you're welcome, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we shall be welcoming goodwill messages. We shall be welcoming goodwill messages, and I'm going to invite the representative of the Honorable Minister of Education, Mr. Ike Elu Oshinaike, to please come to the microphone and present the Honorable Minister's goodwill message. Sir, you are given 120 seconds to do that, sir. Sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you. Hello? The Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, ably represented here. The Honorable Minister of State for Science and Technology, ably represented, I want to believe. The Permanent Secretary for Ministry of Science and Technology, ably represented by the Director and Head of Department Chemical Technology, Mr. M.E.J. Bassi. The DG and CEO of NILES, Professor Mohammed Kabir Yakubu, and NILES staff. Officers and staff of MDAs of federal and state MDAs here present. Members of the organized private sector, universities, polytechnics, colleges of education, students and teachers, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Federal Ministry of Education, may I offer the felicitations of the Honorable Minister of Education, Malama Adamu, and the Permanent Secretary, Architect Soniti Echeno, as well as the Director, Technology and Science Education, Mrs. Iyo Adediba, on the successful hosting of this 2021 edition of Science, Technology and Innovation Expo with the theme Science, Technology and Innovation for Economic Recovery and Sustainability amidst the COVID-19 challenges. It is a thing of pride and honor to be invited here to be part of this 2021 Leather Day Technology and Innovation Expo. Ladies and gentlemen, it is worthy to note that with over 50 million skins of animals being processed annually by tanneries, together with other related activities, the leather industry contributes about 24% of the total agricultural sector contribution to the GDP in Nigeria. Hence, it is a prolific sector that contributes immensely to high employment, wealth creation, income generation, foreign exchange, tourism, and also an important and major channel through which skills are acquired by the teeming population of our youth. And this has greatly reduced crime rate in the country. I therefore congratulate the Nigerian Institute of Leather and Science Technology, NILES, on this occasion of Leather Day commemoration as a means of bringing to public attention the critical role of leather industry for promoting socio-economic development of our country. Accordingly, The Honorable Minister of Education, being a member of the National Steering Committee on the Strategic Plan of Leather and Leather Products for successful implementation of leather and leather product policy, approved the constitution of the Interministerial Committee on Mounting Leather Trade in the Federal Unity Colleges. With the mandate of preferring strategies for this task. These strategies are being implemented by the ministry in collaboration with NILEST. And these include the teaching and learning of leather goods manufacturing and repair as a trade entrepreneurship subject in our secondary schools. The second one, holding of regular stakeholders meeting of NILEST, FME, MBTE, principals of FUCs, state and private secondary schools for actualizing the campaign on Operation Catch Them Young in secondary schools in Nigeria. The third one, organizing capacity building workshop on leather and leather products for secondary school teachers. It is on this note that the Federal Ministry of Education wishes the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology and NILEST for a successful hosting of this 2021 edition of Leather Day. Thank you for your attention and God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. Please a round of applause for the representative of the Honorable Minister of Education, Mr. Ike Olu Oshinaiku. Thank you very much for the ministerial goodwill message. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, wonderful people in the house, I'd like to invite the microphone for another goodwill message. 2 minutes, 120 seconds. The leader that is being represented this morning by Dr. Mustafa. Dr. Mustafa, please, you are invited to the microphone.
Thank you very much. Hello. Dr. Professor Yakubu, and permit me to stand on the existing protocol. UNEDO is highly delighted to be part of this year 2020 Leather Day celebration in NILEST. We in UNEDO commend and support the effort NILEST is making to promote the development in Nigeria. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, allow me to briefly say what UNEDO does to support the development of the leather sector in Nigeria. UNEDO is a specialized agency of the United Nations that promotes industrial development, poverty reduction, inclusive globalization, and environmental sustainability. Our mandate is to promote and accelerate inclusive and sustainable industrial development in developing countries and economies in transition in order to achieve shared prosperity and environmental sustainability around the world. UNEDO's mandate is fully recognized in SDG 9, which is to build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. UNEDO's programmatic focus is structured under 4 thematic priorities to represent different aspects of sustainable industrial development. One of the thematic headings is creating shared prosperity, advancing economic competitiveness, safeguarding the environment, and strengthening knowledge and institutions. UNEDO regional office in Abuja currently implementing a new country program for inclusive and sustainable industrial development in Nigeria. The country program has 9 components. One of the components is titled Agro-Industry and Agribusiness Development. Under this component, UNEDO's intervention will support agricultural value chain development, especially in critical commodities like other commodities identified for development under the industrial policy of Nigeria. In my concluding remark, we in United hereby call on all stakeholders to support NILES under the able leadership of Professor Kubo to support the development of the labor sector in Nigeria. Thank you for listening. I wish you all a fruitful deliberation in this Labor Day celebration.
Those are words from Dr. Mustafa representing UNIDO. Can we please appreciate him with a round of applause, please? Please, a round of applause. I'd like to welcome to the building Barrister Blessing Ebo. Barrister Blessing Ebo. She is the chairwoman, Association of Women Shoemakers and Leather Works. Please, at this point, I would like to invite to the microphone the representative of the Director, FCT Department of Science and Technology, Mr. Akola Wole Olobashola, who is ably represented this morning by Mrs. Benedict Mayoni for the Director's goodwill message. 120 seconds, please.
Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Director General NILES, Professor Yakubu. Please permit me to stand on existing protocol. It is a pleasure to be here, especially as we have come with a set of impressionable Nigerians, the students in FCT. The union with NILES is yielding some fruits because it is from that the students, the teachers who were trained from the first training with NILES, the teacher is now a trainer, an instructor in the FCT school. And in line with the Catch Them Young philosophy, which we keep in the FCT as well, this leather art has become one of the trade subjects in FCT schools. The students that have come today are not just the ones who are in the club or those who are interested. We have picked some as well who we want to inspire when they see the work, leather art they will see today. We hope that the union from now will grow from strength to strength, and that more girls will be incorporated into the leather art technology in schools. We wish to congratulate NILES for organizing this program, and we wish that everyone here would pick up something and take home to build on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the representative of the Director, FCT Department of Science and Technology, Mrs. Benedict Emayomi. Can we please appreciate her with a round of applause, please? At this juncture, I would like to invite to the microphone, still giving good messages, the representative of the Director General, Energy Commission of Nigeria, ECN. This morning, the Director General, Energy Commission of Nigeria is being represented by my able brother, Malam Abdel Nasser Abdallah. Please, a round of applause for him for the Director General's goodwill message. Malam Abdallah, 120 seconds, please.
Permit me to stand on existing protocols. Director General, sir. Professor Eli Jideri Bala, DG Energy Commission of Nigeria, is not able to participate in person due to official commitment. He has therefore requested me to extend his sincere apologies and to present his goodwill message, sir. And here it goes. I'm most honored and privileged to be invited as the guest of honor at the Leather Day organized by the Nigerian Institute of Leather and Science Technology, NILEST, with the theme Critical Role of Leather Sector in the Implementation of the Economic Sustainability Plan of Nigeria. I commend NILEST for playing a vital role in innovative research and development, conversion of hides and skins into leather products. The theme of this Leather Day is timely and apt to drive home the significance and contribution of leather to the national economy and its position as a non-oil foreign exchange earner for the country. More so that COVID-19, which is having an unparalleled impact on our economy in general, has introduced a new way of living. This way of living, tagged the new normal, requires us to look for creative and sustainable ways to confront the challenges threatening us. The promotion of leather production in the country will contribute to the acceleration of Nigeria's industrialization process through the creation of jobs, wealth formation, revenue increment, and the development of a stronger local industry that can lead to earnings in the overall economy. Particularly, that the government is determined to use science, technology, and innovation to lay a solid foundation for Nigeria's economic diversification, making it evolve from a resource-based economy to a knowledge-based and innovation-driven economy. Accordingly, our Honorable Minister, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, has reiterated that no country makes meaningful progress in its development without embracing science, technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship, and that the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, through the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology, has placed emphasis on science, technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship as the instrument for sustainable development, sustainable national development. It is therefore pertinent for every country in ensuring economic recovery and sustainability must put science, technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship into its rightful place for a resilient post-COVID-19 recovery. May I, at this juncture, stress the importance of collaboration and partnerships in achieving scientific development. Consequently, I assure you that the Energy Commission of Nigeria is open to partnership with NILEST, and we hope that this gesture will be exploited fully to the benefit of our two organizations and the country at large. Finally, sir, I wish to congratulate Professor Mohammed Kabir Yakubu on his appointment as the Substantive Director General and Chief Executive Officer by President Muhammadu Buhari, and we at the Energy Commission of Nigeria wish you and NILEST family well. So thank you and God bless you. Professor Elijide Ripala.
Can we please put our hands together for Malam Abdallah, representing the DG Energy Commission of Nigeria. I want to remember one of the words of Aliko Dangote, a renowned and established entrepreneur. He did say something, and what are his words? He said, in the journey of entrepreneurship, tenacity of purpose is supreme. Can we please appreciate NILEST for putting this event together, please? Celebrate NILEST. NILEST is an acronym for Nigerian Institute of Science, Leather and Science Technology, an institute that was established in 1964. Please make some noise for NILEST, please. I've just been reliably informed that this very woman actually is wearing two caps. She's representing the Honorable Minister of Federal Ministry of Trade, Industry and Investment. I introduced her earlier as Mrs. C.F. Achulam. At this point, I would like to invite Mrs. Achulam, a Deputy Director, who is representing the Honorable Minister of Federal Ministry of Trade, Industry and Investment, to the microphone for the ministerial goodwill message. Can we please appreciate her with a round of applause, please? Welcome.
Good morning, distinguished guests. Professor Yakubu. I'm standing on the existing protocol, and I want to introduce my ministry properly. My ministry is Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade, and Investments. Standing on the existing protocol once again, I bring you felicitation from the ministry, from my two honorable ministers, and the permanent secretary. And I'm privileged enough this morning to give you a goodwill message on behalf of the ministry. It gives me a great pleasure to be here with you today to celebrate the 2021 Leather Day, and particularly to deliver a keynote address of my ministry, Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. I'm standing here now as a guest of honor and a representative of the ministry. I am indeed elated to note that exhibition of leather and leather products was hallmark of today's celebration. This demonstrates the commitment of our industries, particularly the MSMEs, to move the industry and the economy forward. Permit me therefore to state here that leather sector is very strategic, and among priority sectors, the present government is leveraging to diversify the Nigerian economy. This is owing to the comparative and competitive advantage of Nigeria in the production and processing of leather and leather products across the value chains. However, it is apparent that the growth of sector is tied to the level of its industrialization. It is on this note, FMITI, FMST, and FAMAD, as well as other key MDAs, resolved to deepen their collaboration with a view to developing the leather policy to serve as a platform for industrializing the sector through optimal utilization of our endowed raw materials and inputs to manufacture leather and leather products, as against the practice where importation of finished and semi-finished leather goods is the order of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, following the FEC approval of the policy on 31st October 2018, a National Steering Committee, a strategic implementation plan was subsequently inaugurated on 12th March 2019, of which the committee has developed strategies for the implementation of various measures approved in the leather policy. And this is some of the things we are seeing on display this morning. Permit me also to mention here that mere looking at the pavilion and canopies is sufficient to inform inquiry minds that today, being 17th March 2021, is indeed a leather day, because it has harvested more leather stakeholders, investors, than it did last year. More to that, it underscores the commitment of our people in prioritizing innovation, expertise, and R&D in development of leather sector. There is no gainsaying that today is a forum where players in the industry showcase their products and talents. On this note, I enjoy the players in the sector across the value chain to establish business linkages and partnership in line with the current practice in the developed leather world. This is an opportunity for you to x-ray the work of others. Go around the pavilion, look at what others have done, pick up from there what is lacking in your own. Exhibition is a school. On our part, we assured you of government's continued support and commitment to the leather industry. Ladies and gentlemen, let me once commend the organizers for convening the 2021 Leather Day successfully for a job well done. Thank you.
We can do better than that for the representative of the Honorable Minister of Federal Ministry of Trade, Industry and Investments, Mrs. Achulam. Please, a round of applause for her once again. At this point, I would like to appreciate the presence of Mr. Joseph, Mrs. Josephine Ako from National Environmental Standards and Regulation Enforcement Agency, otherwise called NESRA. Please, a round of applause for her. Where is she? You're welcome, madam. She's representing NESRA. I'd like to also welcome BD Joshua, an Assistant Director with Standard Organization of Nigeria, SON. Where is BD Joshua? You're welcome, sir, representing Standard Organization of Nigeria. I'd like to welcome to the building Ayila Iweyose, Business Development Manager. She's representing the Chief Executive Officer of Purple Rain International Consulting Limited. Where is Purple Rain? We welcome Ayila. On that note, I'm inviting you to the microphone to present the last goodwill message on behalf of Purple Rain International Consulting. 120 seconds, please. Please continue to appreciate Ayila Iweyose, please, representing Purple Rain International Consulting.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, all. Please permit me to stand on the already existing protocol. The Honorable Minister, Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. I'm reading this goodwill message on behalf of Mr. Chinedu Onyenkuru, who is currently in the United States of America, where he's meeting with some key partners with whom he is working on an international conference to promote Nigerian products. It is my singular honor and privilege to issue out this goodwill message on the occasion of the 2021 Leather Day Technology and Innovation EXPO organized by the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. The significance of this day cannot be overemphasized, as leather has become the highest non-oil foreign exchange earning for Nigerians' GDP. As one of the stakeholders in the development of leather in Nigeria, we, Purple Rain International Consulting Limited, organized an experiential training and study with the Malaysian, which NILES actively participated in. The delegation from NILES was led by the then acting DG, Dr. Eukaria Opara. This experiential training was organized by Purple Rain International Consulting Limited in partnership with the Center for Entrepreneur Development and Research, CEDA. And CEDA is solely owned subsidiary of the SME Bank, Malaysia. The study visit provided participants the opportunity to understand the leather industry in Malaysia and exchange ideas with major stakeholders in the industry. So in the leather industry in Malaysia. We have no doubt that this program may have contributed towards the realization of this historic event we are witnessing today. As a company, we continue to partner with you to make leather in Nigeria remain as the #1 non-exchange earnings. We therefore wish the Nigerian Institution of Leather and Science and Technology and the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology a successful event. Thank you.
Can we please give it up for Ayila Iweyose, please, representing Purple Rain International Consulting Limited. At this point, I'd like to invite, but before then, I want to do something before inviting him to the microphone. That is the Generalissimo of Niles, the #1 citizen of Niles.
Just calm down.
Professor Mohammed Kabir Yakubu, who happens to be the Director General and Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian Institute of Leather and Science Technology, otherwise called NILES. But before then, sir, I'd like to reiterate here that Professor Mohammed Kabir Yakubu was formerly from the Department of Polymer and Textile Engineering, where he served as the Examination Officer, Postgraduate Coordinator, and Head of Department for 4 years. He also served as Director of Research at the National Institute of Chemical Technology, NARIT, and later Acting Director General for 9 months. Professor Mohammed Kabir Yakubu also did his postdoctoral research at the Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University, Port Elizabeth, South Africa, the Rainbow country. He was a visiting researcher at the Institute of Advanced Coating Technology, Fudan University, Shanghai, China. He did a lot of research publications. On that note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, can we please welcome Professor Mohammed Kabir Yakub to the microphone for his presentation. We can do better than that, please. The #1 citizen of Niles. Please, standing ovation for Professor Mohammed Kabir Yakubu, Director General and Chief Executive Officer, Niles, a man of distinguished character, a man whose intellectual sagacity has never been in doubt. Can we please appreciate him once again with a round of applause, please?
Thank you very much. I must say I am highly humbled by the number and the dignity of those that came here to witness our Labor Day. I cannot thank you, enough. Well, the representative of the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Mr. Oguntende, the representative of the Honorable Minister of Education, Mr. Osidike, the representative of the Honorable Minister, the ministries who are present here, the FCT and others, the CEOs that are here, good morning. Well, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to the 2021 Technology and Innovation Expo, Labor Day, taking place in the lovely city of Abuja, Center of Unity of Nigeria. On behalf of the governing board, management and staff of the Nigerian Institute of Leather and Science Technology, NILEST, I welcome you all to yet another epoch-making event. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as you are already aware, Technology and the Innovation Expo is a yearly event organized by the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology to facilitate commercialization of research and development R&D, research, and encourage inventions and innovation in the country. The theme of this year's Expo is Science, Technology, and Innovation for economic recovery and sustainability amidst COVID-19 challenges. During the event, various aspects of science, technology, and innovation, STI, including labor sector, are showcased. Other objectives of the event include, among others, 1, to encourage interaction between researchers and investors with a view to commercializing research results, inventions, and innovations from Nigeria's research and tertiary institutions. 2, to bring to fore the capabilities of Nigerian scientists, engineers, investors, innovators in contributing to sustainable development in Nigeria. Number 3, to promote collaborations among research institutions and researchers, inventors, and number 4, to facilitate growth of indigenous manufacturing hinged on science, technology, and innovation, as well as promote. Next, due to the acknowledged contribution of labor to the national gross domestic product and its position as the highest non-oil foreign exchange earner for the nation, today is set aside as Labor Day. On this audience occasion, I have invited a renowned and distinguished speaker that will handle the topic of the day, which is the critical role of leather sector in the implementation of the Economic Sustainability Plan, EXPO of Nigeria. I have no doubt that he will do justice to the topic. It is expected to be an interactive session. Therefore, be ready to ask questions after the presentation. There will also be exhibition of leather value chain. Ladies and gentlemen, before I invite the distinguished speaker to the podium, permit me to say a few things concerning the theme of this year's Leather Day. Nigeria is indeed blessed with diverse resources that sadly operating beneath her means due to the absence of or limited machineries to coordinate and articulate these resources for optimal productivity. The leather industry has proven in recent times to be a prolific sector, contributing immensely to high employment, wealth generation, security, national domestic products, and development. Leather has been ranked first among non-oil foreign exchange earners in Nigeria. The industry is globally acknowledged as a driving tool for industrialization, high foreign export income earning, improved livelihood, and sustainability. Nigeria must accord high priority to leather and leather products. To me, Nigeria's future is only attainable when leather and leather products through the required or the acquired technology and innovation is fully integrated into our national economic, socio-economic development process. I'm happy Nigeria's contribution towards the deteriorating state of the global economy occasioned by the ravaging effect of COVID-19 informed the federal government decision to come up with the Economic Sustainability Plan, EXP, to diversify its economic approach aimed at complementing its dwindling revenue from petroleum and petroleum products. That's the one page which I cannot find. In terms of foreign exchange earning, the leather sector is the gold mine and holds the key and wealth creation. To achieve this, Nigeria move away from a resource declaration. Thank you for your audience and God bless. Thank you very much.
Wow. That was the welcome address coming from the Miniole himself, Professor Mohammed Kabir Yakubu, the Director General and Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian Institute of Leather and Science Technology, otherwise called NILES. Can we please appreciate him with a round of applause, please? Thank you very much, sir, for your welcome address. It is believed that entrepreneurship has actually become a conduit pipe to nation building. Without entrepreneurship, no nation survives. And part of the mandate of NILES through the activities of leather is to promote entrepreneurship activities in Nigeria. Can we appreciate NILES once again, please? Thank you very much. I'd like to invite to the microphone, because time is of essence, our guest speaker, Malam Usman Adamu Abubakar, who will be presenting a paper on the critical role of leather sector in the implementation of the Economic Sustainability Plan of Nigeria. Can we please welcome Malam Usman Adamu Abubakar with a thunderous applause, please? Our guest speaker, we are waiting, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have a slight change in the program. For just a few seconds, I'm going to invite, before our guest speaker is invited to the microphone, I'd like to invite the representative of the Director General, Standard Organization of Nigeria, to please give the remarks on behalf of the DGSON. Sir.
Chairman, sir, permit me to stand on already established protocol. I am Mr. B.D. Joshua, representing the Director General, Standard Organization of Nigeria, Malam Farouk Salim. I don't have a written speech, but the DG directed me, because of the respect he has for this organization and for NILES, to ensure that I attend this meeting and extend his greetings to you all. And let me also use this opportunity to congratulate my former lecturer, Professor M.K. Yakubu, who is now the DG NILES. He's a very humble professor. He was my lecturer, undergraduate, and my master level in the Department of Textile and Polymer Engineering, Ahmadu Bello University area. I also want to welcome my friend Dr. Jerry. You know, in standard development, you need experts, and he's one of our co-chairman on National Neuro Committee on leather and leather goods. And he has also been assisting us. I am also double as the head of Textile and Leather Laboratory Kaduna, where all the leather and leather goods quality are assessed. And each time we run into problem, particularly leather goods, particularly footwear, when we have issue of classification, we usually call on Dr. Jerry. And Dr. Jerry always offers us free service. Thank you, sir. And I want to also send this message to all the SME in the leather and leather goods that we are in Kaduna, number 7/9 Gore Avenue, where we assess qualities of leather goods and textile products. Please endeavor to patronize us. Also, we have state offices across the Federation where you can certify your product to mandatory conformity assessment. In fact, we have just finished. Yes, sorry, sir. Let me just deliver the message. We have just finished a retreat because all this is about the product, leather and leather products. For our leather and leather product to be able to sell in Nigeria and abroad. And we need to know how you can be able to ensure domestic and international competitiveness of your product. It must be certified to mandatory conformity assessment. Visit any one of our offices across the Federation. They will advise you on what to do. Stop hiding. None of you are hiding, thinking when SOM come, they will close their factory. No. We are being employed and paid by government to serve you. Thank you.
Words from the Director General, Standard Organization of Nigeria, SON, as presented by Mr. Joshua. Please can we put our hands together for him once again? Thank you very much. On that note, time is of essence. May I now invite Malam Ishman Adamu Abubakar for his paper presentation, please, our guest speaker. Can we appreciate him with a round of applause, please?
Good afternoon. Mr. Chairman, please permit me to stand on the existing protocols, since it has already established. Once again, I'm being invited as a leather technologist to present the paper on this topic, critical role of leather sector in the implementation of the economic sustainability of Nigeria. This is an important and very big topic. So for me to do this presentation, I've collaborated with most of my colleagues because this is really academics. And we need to prosper a solution, not to just come and present and just go and sit down. At this juncture, I consider it pertinent to have some people to have some knowledge of the various uses of to which leather can be put generally, so that users of the Opada and Adre leather can be appropriately placed and appreciated. These two leathers, the Opada and the Adre, they are the local ones that are produced by our ancestors. Nowadays, they tend to forget about them. So I'm using this opportunity, particularly my happiness, seeing catch them young, our students. Let them know that we have our local leathers, which the local tanners do produce, to make this, it doesn't have to be real mechanized leathers. So leather is said to be timeless, versatile and important material due to the fact that it is important and useful in our lives today as it is to our earlier ancestors who use the skin of animal to provide clothing, footwear and shelter. Before, they use leather to even provide shelters, even up to now. Only in Nigeria we tend to forget about it, but I'm sure some other places abroad they are using it. So they were even using it as a house weapons. One of the hunters was made from the animal hides. This was the bullets made by linking 3 stones wrapped in the skin bag to each other with a tug of hides. The bullets, which is still used in Southern America, South American Indians, today was pulled by the legs of an animal to bring it down. You know, when you want to produce that kind of a thing, there is a way you tag it, then you pull it, it will come out as a bag. You don't have to cut in the middle as they used to cut and open the skin. That one you pull it down so that it will come out the bag, then you use it to store your goods. So, to bring it down is bad. It can be crumbled and then do this. Scientists have estimated that mango animal skins during the Ice Age. The Ice Age, the historian will tell us more. That is a long age before our grandparents. They've been using this thing, but now we tend to forget. Now they tend to forget it. So let me go back to the presentation. In reality, the Standards Organization, as it is a statutory body based with the responsibility of standardizing and regulating the quality of products in Nigeria. It was established by Act number 56 of 1951. It has been repealed till the current establishment by the Act of 82 of 2015. This is the current act that is binding on us. Go ahead. So the 1984, that was the time the organization was changed from NIS to Standards Organization of Nigeria. Continue. Next slide, next slide, next slide. Now the function of SON, I will just be very brief. I will just be very brief on the function of the SON. I will just speak on one or two, because let me give us a reference of where we get all these ones. Anytime you want anything about SON, just Google son.gov.ng. We have everything. In fact, most of our activities, you can do it online. You don't even have to go to the office unless you need clearance. Anything you want to do about you want to know and do with SON is Google son.gov.ng. Everything is there. So some of the statutory function of the SON is to investigate the quality of facilities, materials, and products in Nigeria and establish quality assurance system, including certification of factories, products, and laboratories. Like my assistant director was saying, that we have laboratories. We have four different laboratories. The one in Kaduna is the textile leather lab. We have engineering lab in Enugu. We have a chemical technology lab in Lagos. But we extracted the electrical lab to Lagos because of the proximity to border, so that when you import your products, you don't have to delay it before it will incur demurrage. So, like I've said, that is just the major thing. All these ones will follow. Next slide, please, because of the time. Now, sectoral contribution of hide and skin. Hide, skin, and leather to Nigerian economy. You can see, previously, leather industries contributes 25% of the agricultural product. I've got it from this day of 2019, which is very current. But because of the COVID-19, I'm sure maybe something will have happened. Maybe in future we will see it. Now, the leather industries in Nigeria 2023 contribute to $921 million to the government. Global, that is source. Global leather value estimation, $140 billion. Source from West African competitiveness, hide, skin, and leather, work called 2020. Then leather is number 2 in Africa. Leather is number 2 in Africa and 8 in the world. Also, that one was sourced from a document in TCN 2018. Next slide, please. The sectoral something continue. Leather expected to spend in the 2020 first quarter was valued at 2.2 billion naira. Preferring statistics, that's the source of the information. First quarter. Then the hide, skin, and leather exported to Turkey 2019 was estimated at $31.38 thousand US dollar. Also, the source is there. The focus. Then the focus. Nigeria Economic Summit Group projected leather to generate over $1 billion US dollar by 2025. That is just the focus, and we hope we will achieve this thing, so that our economy will boom. Then the challenges: about $200 million US dollar revenue is lost annually due to government neglect to the sector. Challenges of leather continue. Leather sector. These are the challenges that we do face, which I'm sure, like Mr. Chairman said, we don't value our products. We don't like buying made in Nigeria, but the moment they produce it and then put made in Italy, made in England, made in Japan, we're rushing for it, giving out our mega economy to them. Then the challenges of the leather sector is poor quality of raw hide and skin because of the lack of knowledge and negligence of our butchers and hide and skin dealers. Poor and deteriorating infrastructures of road, power supply and telecommunication decay along the value chain. Low level of transparency in business operation. Insufficient experience in trade negotiations. Inadequate level of technological development. You see, up to now, at least the technological development is still not behind, but at least we are coming up. And I want to pray with the coming of the new DG Structured Executive, I want to believe strongly no development will come up. By the grace of God, he has already mentioned that he has plans for the 6 geological factor, which I know very well. With his experience and vast knowledge, we will achieve it. Then we have another one, low level of productivity, poor management, and outdated training services. You can see some of our training services, even we that graduated more than 30 years ago, most of the machines that we are using is still the kind of machines we are using. But I'm sure they have started changing some. But in the laboratories, that is where mostly the changes are taking place. But in the manufacturing sector, I'm telling you, you see the same, almost the same thing. Global finance, the next one is global financial crisis presents a serious challenge to Nigerian economy because Nigeria's growth ambition, bottleneck to private sector growth and competitiveness, total neglect to the investment climate, difficulty in accessing loan. Okay, we'll continue. This one, the financial people have been discussing in our previous programs. Mostly is our people, the industrialists don't used to have proper documents to go and talk to them. That's why they've been talking about this. Then you can see the other ones. We have non-tariff barrier quality this thing. Then the last one, this one, number 15. There is decline in the level activities as a result of COVID. In fact, this COVID-19 has brought down a lot of all sectors. It has touched all sectors, not only leather. Next slide. Then the chronicle of leather policy. Now I'm happy that we have a leather policy on ground. We will make plans for the implementation plan. And please, let's give it a serious with the implementation of that policy plan. A lot of things will change the leather and allied products sector. So we have the Northern Nigeria hide and skin, which is as dated as far back as 1962, and we're still going to happen. The hide and skin act is in 2002. The agricultural transformation agenda 2012. We can see 2012 is already 10 years. So the industrial regulation plan 2012 and what have you looks like. But with the coming up of the labor policy, all these ones, we are preparing a solution. My chairman is here, he will bear me a witness. So here's another one that the government wants to ease of doing business. We are happy that that is taking place seriously. The exhibition of experts as reputation at number 3, World Hide and Skin, including Red Blue, now reputation of Red Blue, and semi-finished leather, sorry. Let's go to the next one. Then you can see the leather policy now, contribution of government intervention, where we want government to intervene. Research and development government policies. That number B, the government policies, with the implementation of the leather policy, I'm sure a lot of things will take care of that. Next slide, please. Then next slide. Okay. Okay. Next slide. Okay. The same. We encourage the leather policy. By the moment we implement what is in the leather policy, I'm sure all those challenges will be solved. In conclusion, the world demand for leather and leather products is projected to continue to expand, primarily as a result of growing income. growth in demand is expected to accelerate globally. Globally, footwear is a major end use, accounting for approximately 56% of the leather. So you can see when the economy is boomed, at least consumption of meat will boom. Then production of powder and skin will be increased. Then the industry will now boom. Thank you very much.
Let's appreciate Malam Usman Adamu Abubakar once again, our guest speaker. He has been talking to us on the critical role of leather sector in the implementation of the Economic Sustainability Plan of Nigeria. I appreciate you once again with a round of applause, please. Okay. If you look at our program, we're expected to have an interactive session, question and answers. But do we have one or two questions so that we know how to trash it before we bring the program to a close? Okay, sir. Okay, just two, please. Can you please come to me?
Okay.
Mr. Boniface, please come over here.
Thank you for the presentation. My own comment could go in this direction that looking at the leather sector, in the implementation of the Economic Sustainability Plan of Nigeria, by looking at that dimension of the Executive Order 001, promotion and transparency and efficiency in business, I want the guest speaker to put a point view in that direction of the Executive Order 001. For effective productivity, for efficiency, and for connectivity in the area of entrepreneurship and the business environment.
Okay, Mr. Boniface, then the guest speaker will address the two questions, please.
Thank you so much. My name is Bonnie Alaneme. Happens to be the publisher of African Science and Tech Digest magazine, being the foremost magazine promoting science and tech. I just have an observation and a question to the guest speaker. And that observation had to do with, I discovered the guest speaker focused more on leather as a key raw material. But I expected to hear more of the value chain of leather. That is the finished product. Because I believe that when the DG was making his speech, he emphasized that leather is next to oil. But I want to add that leather is likely to take over from oil very soon. Woo! Yes. The reason is that here in Nigeria, there's a huge market with a population of over 200 million people. There's nobody in this world that doesn't have leather products with him or her. So there's a huge market for it. So I'm particularly interested on leather value chain, adding value instead of exporting the raw leather as a raw material. That's an observation. Now, talking about the leather value chain, I want to find out, either from the DG or the guest speaker, the gaps, because I notice a lot of gaps. One is technology gap, in terms of, though the speaker mentioned, highlighted that the technology gap in terms of equipment, modern equipment, and adding value to leather products, producing some of these products, in order to reduce costs, production costs. Because one of the challenge I notice as a communicator, a science communicator for that matter, and a journalist, is that the cost of production is so high, and that's why the product may not likely to compete favorably, even here within the country, because I don't know what the NILET is doing, management is doing about the influx of second-hand products. There's a lot of leather second-hand products, flowing into the country. Then lastly, the issue of another gap is communication. For you to attract investors, sir, there's need to change the communication strategy. You need to create a system where the researchers, the management should invite communication experts to help you to structure the language of investors, because investors have a language, and that language is money. If you don't attract them with the right language, you are not likely to get them, and you keep on going around the round. So let me stop here so far. Thank you.
Sorry, let me just go straight because time is against us. Now let me start with the first one, where he said ease of doing business. If you observe it, most of the charges MDS are charging the manufacturers we were asked to reduce it to 50%. And the 2018, until last year, they were even asked to register, the Corporate Affairs Commission was asked to register up to how many thousand free of charge, not paying even the 50%. And this is just to encourage the micro, small and medium enterprises. So that is why the President directed the Vice President to come and give us this thing. Then the second one, where he was talking about, I didn't talk about the value chains. I said leather and allied product. Maybe he doesn't understand the allied product. When I say leather and allied product, it means all the value chains, right from the animal. I even talk about the animal husbandry. If you don't give you treat your animals well, you don't expect, and you take to the slaughter labs. In the school, to take animal to the slaughter lab and slaughter it, it's 100 marks. Mr. Tagan is there. It's 100 marks in our during our course. So that is to show you that we do the value chain right from the animal right to the use of the skin. We are taking this thing. And some of the things he said, all these ones, if you are lucky, we continue to implement the labor policy. We have already discussed on those points he mentioned. So I'm sure the value chain plan, the chairman wants to talk now because he is the chairman of the community group while we discuss that issue.
The value change he was talking about was in the policy. And a couple of us in here I was the chairman of the Sibanti group when the policy draft plan was ongoing. And we make sure that we address that issue of value change very well in that policy draft plan. And we've been talking on this issue, and I have the confidence that within the short period, you are going to see a drastic change. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very, very much for that response. And also the question asked by that person, the second question. We have national leather policy which was implemented by FEC in 2018, I think. What we have now is implementation of the roadmap, which was to have been launched on the 12th of March this year. That because of the change in Baton and the institute, I was appointed by Mr. President in January around 13th or 15th. And I think office on 1st of February this year, which means I'm just about 1 month and 2 weeks old in office. Well, because of that, we are going to have the implementation, the roadmap for implementation of the policy in the second quarter of this year. We want to have it big. We want to invite the Vice President to launch the implementation program of roadmap. Now, just as was rightly stated, we have programs for the implementation of that program. We take note of the entire value chain for leather and leather products in this country, starting from the animal itself. How old should you now slaughter the animal? How do you take care of the animal so that the skin will remain, will develop to the best optimal condition? Now, how do you now separate the heart and skin from the main body of the animal? Now, all this have been captured by the implementation program of the policy. Well, just like one of the things that I actually want to have at my impact in NILEST for this policy is research and development. I am a chemical technologist, and what I want to do is to make sure that all our outstations and even in the headquarters, we do engage in a lot of research on the improvement of leather skin, who has to get quality leather that can stand anywhere in the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Director General and Chief Executive Officer of NILEST, Professor Mohammed Kabir Yakubu. Thank you for your wonderful contribution. Can we appreciate him once again, please? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, wonderful people in the house. At this point, we have gradually come to the end of 2021 Leather Day, a day that has been powered and packaged by the Nigerian Institute of Science, Leather and Science Technology, NILEST. On that note, may I now invite the Director in charge of Finance and Accounts of NILEST, the man in charge of money. The Igbos will say, Biawenego. Let me now invite Malam Bashir Abdullah for the vote of thanks on behalf of NILEST. A round of applause for Malam Bashir. He speaks money. What he knows is money. He speaks the language of money.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, being heavily represented, and also the Minister of State of Science and Technology, also the representative of the Honorable Fmst of the Ministry, the representative of Honorable Minister of Education, and all the other representatives of the various MDS. We sincerely appreciate you as you spare your time to come to this occasion. Now, the MC has said is to thank you. So my job is very simple. Thank you very much. But then I also talk in the value of money. Now, the time you spare to come here is money. Now, you have considered us to leave that value time to come here in order to help the country. Because what we are talking here is leather. Now, leather is a product that the scientists said is second to oil. And somebody is saying that it will overtake oil. Now, it depends on the initiative of the people who are engaged into this value chain. As the DG has said, it starts from the rearing of the animals, then the slaughtering the animals and removing the skin or the hide. Now, when you look at our system, we need to have an abattoir that is world standard to remove the skin excellently. Otherwise, if you leave our local butchers, they remove the skin and they all wound the skin. So the skin it can be an excellent skin, but it has been wounded. So you end up getting wasted skin. So the value chain is a long process, which the policy is taking care of it. Now let me not delve into another topic. I wish to thank all of you, the press people, the NILEST management staff, the secretariat, and all the others. Please, thank you very much. We wish you, students, and also our students from various schools, we wish you a safe journey back to your own destinations. Thank you very much.
Let's put our hands together for Mr. Bashir Abdullahi, the Director in charge of Finance and Accounts at NILEST. Thank you very much. On that note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm inviting, since we started by inviting the very presence of an unseen guest that is always present at every occasion, according to Christian faith, as we all know that Nigeria is indeed a secular country, we have two main dominant religions, Islam and Christianity. It is pertinent for us to invite Malam Mikhailo Abdullahi to please come to the microphone and invite the presence of the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to lead us to our various destinations. Prayer according to Islamic injunctions.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وصلى على محمد وعلى محمد وصلى على محمد وعلى آل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. فاتحة.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for Malam Mikhail Abdullah, please. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we have one last assignment, and the last assignment before we move out of this hall, because I'm told we have exhausted our time. We're expected to have another program here. Please, for the organizers of the next program, just give us 3 more minutes for the last assignment. And the last assignment is I shall be inviting the dignitaries on the top table to please come for a good photograph with the DJ, please. Good photograph. Please be fast about it, please. I requested for 3 minutes, please, please, please. Can we have the students, NILES graduates and students? Can we have the students and NILES graduates, please, to join at the top table, please? Where are the students? We don't have time, please. You are working usually as if you are attending a wedding fatia. Please. The students, you can squat, please. You can squat. You can squat. Squat. Students, please squat. Please, let's have staff for Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. NILES staff, please. NILES staff, no time, no time. I guess I have about 120 seconds left. Please, NILES staff, with the top table, please. NILES staff. NILES staff.
Yeah, wait a second.
Can we have the representative of MDA and international organizations, please? The next shot. Representative of MDAs and international organizations. Other leader-related organizations. Okay. At this point, may we now rise up for Nigeria's national anthem. First stanza, please. National anthem. First stanza. National anthem. 1, 2, we sing. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Make some noise for NILES, please. Thank you very much all. I remain Mohammed Ibn Sahib.
I'm going to see my own. I gave it to Andrew. My rapport, my remarks.
Working.
Down,